It's still, no. Okay.
Okay, call the meeting to order, 7:33 p.m., Wednesday, May 1st.
Councilwoman Selby,
Present.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Not present.
Councilman Cardicchini, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this evening, we do not have any other preliminary matters, so we'll move right along. I do not see any of our parishioners, so there is no opening prayer. All right, on item number 2 is our regular business for tonight, is the consideration of all fund bills. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item tonight?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Okay. I make a motion after reviewing the abstract 1 for the 2024 payables, journal number AP-4407, minus the Genuine Parts Company. Make a motion that we approve $35,679.73.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, moving right along is our correspondence, which is item number 3. We have a total of 20 items of correspondence tonight, and all are received and filed and part of the board packet online. Item 1 is the March 2024 income statement. Item 2 is the March 2024 cash balances. Item 3 is the SLFRF compliance report for New York 1405 and the P&E report period for the annual March period of 2024. The next item, item number 4, is the SLFRF or American Rescue Plan summary of expenditures dated March 31st, 2024. Item 5 is the 2023 schedule of federal expenditures. Item 6 is the 2023 annual financial report, previously known as the AUD or the update document, and that is on file. Item 7 is the comparative year-end fund balances. Item 8 is a letter from Erie County Commissioner Geary regarding the Department of Public Works for road closures down to 1. Item 9 is the Capital Market Advisors LLC letter, SEC matter, and a G42 disclosure. Those are requirements that the financial advisor for the banning and bonding that we're using for the water projects is, that's those requirements. Item 10 is the Erie County Water Quality Committee meeting minutes from Wednesday, March 27th. Item number 11 is the NYSEG and RG&E press release, and that's some of you may have seen this in your bill already. They're offering up a return on funds to residents. That just essentially explains what that is. Item number 12 is a flyer from the Neighborhood Health Center, which is a new service over in or being a service in North Collins. Item number 13 is the Erie County Sewer District number 3 meeting minutes from the April 17th, 2024 meeting. I will draw attention to those minutes. Erie County Sewer District number 3, they're going through extensive basically rehabilitation over by Woodlawn State Beach. If you haven't seen it, you'll see cranes, you'll see a lot of construction going on over there. And right now, minus any potential funding from federal sources and state funds, the anticipated rate increase is $221 per parcel. So I just want to draw attention to that. It will be an increase, but it is a necessary increase to keep that facility updated and all of the things picking up. The next item is the towns impact to towns 2024 and 2025 final executive budget summary. This was the Association of Towns response to the state's budget that was released. Item number 15 is the Boston stakeholder summaries. Item number 16 is a public meeting number 2 public input for our comprehensive plan update. Item 16 is the Town of Boston comprehensive plan update public workshop number 2 documentation. And item 18 is the Town of Boston comprehensive plan update April 10th, 2024 minutes. Item number 19 is the letter to the expansion project from myself. And again, that ties back to the Erie County Sewer District number 3 meeting minutes. And item number 20 is a letter of retirement from one of our highway workers, Kenneth Telak. So again, all of those items are on file in the town clerk's office and also part of the board packet. And moving on to new business tonight, our request from the floor. I will open up the floor. If anyone would like to make any comments, please come up to the microphone, state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes each. The floor is open.
Hi, Shane Quinlan at 6700 Liebler Road. Maybe because I lived in the same place for 30 plus years, it starts to feel like Groundhog Day every year when the weather breaks and the wheeled vehicles start to overtake my road, the power line from beyond Amphilis all the way to the other end of this valley. And tonight I got home about 6. My day started before 6. I was home after 6, already a little feeling like didn't want to hear a bunch of noise, bunch of yeehaw, a bunch of like more than a mile away, tearing up and down. I got about 700 feet of elevation change from power line to the top of the hill, and they're up and behind my house. They're down. The gates are not closed, so whoever has a contact for the snowmobile club, please get the gates closed before the weekend. And whatever you have to do to maybe contact the troopers here in town to let them know to take a little patrol. There's about 3 or 4 spots. And I can usually ignore it when it's a couple locals and they go by nice and second gear and wave. But tonight it was like when I stopped them in the middle of my road, it was, oh no, I'm not from around here. I'm from Eden. Oh, I'm not from around. I'm like, oh, so you come to my backyard to tear up. And so they got a little piece of my mind tonight, and I hope social media puts a little something out. I know I think that helped right away. About a dozen of them. I think the word spreads. I just spent 3 hours out there last week. One of my neighbors was nice enough to buy some gravel, stone, probably a $400 load. I spent 3 hours rooming all the potholes. We had a nice looking, mild winter, good looking road. And I'm like, why are they coming into the road area, tearing around, and then back out, and then back in? And then when they finally came down past me, I took pictures of them, and the mud was, couldn't even see their faces between their goggles. It was excessive. So I'm saying this publicly because I know it will get out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you drive down Frederick Road, how come-
no, get up there. State your name and address if you want. Do it the right way.
I don't want to do that because you become a victim of political retaliation.
Respectfully, that is the rules of the meeting. So if anyone has any comments at the open floor session, please come to the microphone, state your name and address.
Rich Hawkins, Drive, Boston. Just to talk about the situation, the Snowmobile Club is aware of it. We have closed the bridge at the Patchen Fire Hall where they come across the bridge power line. The Snowmobile Club has been notified, and we've locked that bridge up. The Snowmobile has a club, a key for the lock. Fire company has a key to that lock, because I had the same problems with it going from the gas station through the Patchen property, ripping it up, and I had to stop them and say, listen, I don't mind you going across the property, but go at a slow speed and stuff instead of just racing through there and ripping the property up and stuff. And so the Snowmobile Club is aware of it. One of the accesses that they do come on there big time is on my Oak. They go up Pin Oak and then turn to the left to go down the power line down by you guys and stuff, and they fly down through there. And I don't believe the gate is up there where it used to be and stuff, but if the gate was put up there, it might slow them down a little, but
Not much.
not much still. That's all I have to.
I'm the short girl.
Hi, I'm Patty Meckes. I'm from Cotile. That's the Citizens Against Wind Turbines in Lake Erie. I sent over some information, some emails for supervisor and for the council. Thanks. Wind turbines, they want to put them right out in Lake Erie, probably about 5 miles out, some places down by Dunkirk out to 10 miles. They're as tall as the Seneca One Tower. They leak oil. They don't produce the electricity that is proposed. They will, when they have to jet plow to get from shore out to the turbines, they stir up the for over 50 years or more. Our lake is clean again. So our group has been together for over 15 years. We fought twice with NYSERDA. They had a report out at the end of December of 2022. They said it's not feasible to put wind turbines in the lake at this time. While this was their second go around, we know New York State never stops at anything. So I'm asking that the town consider a resolution against wind turbines in Lake Erie. You ask, well, why did I come to Boston? I'm not a lakeshore right along Lake Erie. It has to do with our drinking water. 11 million people get their drinking water from Lake Erie. 11 million people. If we contaminate Lake Erie, where are we going to get this drinking water from? And can you imagine the cost to remediate Lake Erie? It will be billions. Right now, towns are fighting about their budgets, and it's taxpayer money that it will be coming from. So this is going to cost everyone a whole lot more money. Also, just think about our boating and our fishing, and it will destroy all of that. So I ask if you would please consider the resolution. And also, I've been going town to town, board to board. Currently, we have 19 Erie County towns signed on, 5 Chautauqua counties, and next week there'll be 4 more. So it's starting to roll where the county is taking a hold on this. Also, we've gone to legislator John Mills for Erie County Legislature. They have a bill drafted right now. It's in committee. And also Tom Harmon from county, they're working up a resolution also. Here at Erie County, we're going to move on through the state because this is something we need to send a loud message to Governor Hochul and to the rest of the counties. Thanks for letting me talk.
Thank you.
Good evening, Town Board. Robert Turchiarelli, 7951 Allen Drive. I'll first say thank you for all that you do for us. We enjoy a wonderful town here. I'm here to just speak on behalf of Patty as well. Myself, my wife, my family, and others in our neighborhood also support Patty. Strongly consider that you support this resolution. I think it's important for us. A lot of us enjoy the lake access, and all it does. Also, I work for Moog, which is a motion control company, and we actually, in our business, we support some of that activity with the windmills and such. The windmills, as far as the blades, they don't last very long. They end up in our landfill. They take years and years to deteriorate. It's not working. It's a good concept, but it's not working for us. So I just want to say, please strongly consider supporting the resolution with the rest of our other towns that are doing that as well. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. With no further comments, I'll close the floor. Moving right along, under our new business tonight is Resolution 2024-30, which are the 2023 year-end budget amendments. And Councilman Cardicchini, would you like to take that item tonight?
Sure.
I'd like to propose a motion to adopt resolution number 2024-30, which includes our budget amendments to end the fiscal year of 2023. In that resolution, there's an increase in revenue for federal aid of $261,731, a decrease in the appropriation A 1440.4, which is engineering, of $40,381, an increase in appropriation A 9950.9 of $302,112 for the entry for capital project funds, increase in revenue L 302401, which is interest of $834, an increase in appropriation of $1,834, of interest earnings of $12,500, increase appropriation of fire contractual $12,500, an increase of revenue and interest earnings of $15,100, an increase in appropriation for garbage of $31,300, and the motion is on the table.
I will second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item 3 tonight is our resolution 2024-31, which are the 2023 year-end budget transfers. And I take that item tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 2024-31, where we have 2023 year-end budget transfers. And unlike Councilman Michael, I am not going to read every single line. I'm just going to refer to
long
the
list.
document. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll
I'll s-
second.
Okay.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 4 tonight is resolution 2024-32, allocating excess 2023 sales tax. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item tonight?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. So the town of Boston will allocate the remaining excess of $134,620 of sales tax to the fire fund to be used towards the 2024 additional OSAP contribution. And it is further resolved that the be amended effectively immediately to account for the $34,624 contribution to be made to the fire LoSAP account. I make a motion, we approve resolution number 2024-32.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item 5 tonight is the resolution 2024-33, which is the professional services agreement for the length of service award program, also known as LoSAP, for point audit. Councilman Cardicchini, you want to take that out?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 2024-33, which is a professional services agreement for the length of service award program point audit. This authorizes Pinsky Law Group to assist with the service awards point review for 1 year of LoSAP point distribution for the fee of $4,800. The motion's on the table.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 6 under new business is the an application for use of facility from Stacy M. Galloway. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to approve an application for a use of facility for Stacy Galloway. On July 20th, she would like to have the Lion Shelter to set up in the morning and to work during the day, take it down the 21st of July for a high school graduation for 100 people. I'd like to make a motion, assuming this date is available.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, to approve this application.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, that is it for our new business. We have no old business, so reports and presentations. Highway Superintendent, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. May brush pickup started today. Every road in town will be picked up at least once and only once. So get your brush out. The guys will do every road. Anybody looking for wood chips, we got wood chips available. Other than that, the guys been doing some street sweeping, and we've been changing some culvert pipes. And once the brush is over, we're gonna start getting ready to start prepping some of the roads for paving and oil stoning and some Nova chip work this year. So we got a lot of things coming up this year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilwoman Selby, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize a long-term employee who recently passed away, Sharon Bulger. I've known Sharon for a number of years. When I worked at the town down the hall from where she worked, she was a very sweet lady, and she gave it her all down in the seniors, and I'll certainly miss seeing her at the concerts and over the summer. So I would like to give my public sympathy to her family. And in addition to that, I'd like to also thank Ellie, our bookkeeper, who did a fabulous job on the annual report that was recently filed with the State Controller's Office. I really looked at the comparative year-end fund balances. So thanks to Ellie for that. And that's
Thank you very much. Councilman Cardicchini, you have the floor.
I actually have quite a list tonight. I wanted to let everybody know that we're our second meeting for the volunteer fire company contracts is set for May 13th. Supervisor Keating and I attended the fire chief council meeting last night, where we learned a great deal about radio communication and modes from Hamburg dispatcher and North Boston firefighter Sean Crotty. Scheduled for August 27th, and hopefully we might be looking to put something fun together for that meeting, just to let you know.
Okay.
There was some conversation last night after the meeting. The annual fishing derby is being sponsored by the Conservation Advisory Council here in the town of Boston. The date is set for May 11th, and it is back here on the ponds at 8500 Boston State Road. Registration's at 9:30 a.m. This is for ages 15 and under. Lunch will be provided. Please bring your own poles, bait, barbless hooks, and tackle. Limited fishing poles are available for checkout the day of. So look forward to another great event by the CAC. I'd also like to recognize the service of Sharon Bulger. She did a lot in the town in a lot of different ways. I met her through barbecue, actually, and with the Bunn family, and she'll definitely be missed. So, and lastly, I would like to recognize the many years of dedicated service for Ken Telak. Ken was one of those guys who, was always working the midnight shift, keeping our roads clear. I wish him the best in retirement, and I hope he enjoys his time, but do appreciate his service to the town, and his experience will definitely be missed. I know he's looking forward to it. I ran into him in the highway barn ago. So that's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Councilwoman Lukacek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I did want to thank Ellie for providing the specific information that she does, questions and going back and forth from what months and months ago, and she clarified it very nicely. So those are in the resolutions, and it helps with people like me that don't always remember. Oh, so we allocated this amount, and then this is what happened, and then we got a fund for this, and so she keeps everything very organized, and we appreciate that sincerely. May 20th, 7 p.m. is our next comprehensive plan steering committee meeting downstairs in the community room. Just wanted to say thank you to the many respondents that we got for the comprehensive plan survey. So basically we got 233 respondents through online and paper surveys. We had 19 businesses involved, young families, 19 of those, 380 kids from high schools and wanted to just note, so people who might be listening in later, the that were achieved through the second public meeting. Goal 1, preserve a community feeling and small town character. Goal 2, preserve and protect the scenic, historic, and natural resources that define Boston. Goal 3, promote a balanced mix of housing, businesses, and services to create a self-sustaining live work, live, work, and play community. Goal 4, promote transportation planning and design that is safe and meet the needs of all users. Goal 5, there's done. Goal 5, improve and maintain local infrastructure to meet and insurance resiliency. And Goal 6, allocate resources to support public services and encourage civic responsibility. That involves community involvement, access to local leadership, expand tax base, frequency of services, adequately fund volunteer firefighters and EMS. If you agree or disagree with these goals, please come to our meetings. And when we have the public input sessions, we really need your input. And this is your goal for our town of Boston. So your input is a necessary evil. That's one more. Board meeting at 7:30. And thank you, Karen Bulger. She is and will be felt. She's was a very active community resident. She pretty much has been involved in the community for 20 years.
Probably
From I haven't been there that long. Yeah, her absence will be missed. So our thoughts go out to her family and friends. So that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I am in the next phase of tax collection of county taxes from May 1st until May 30th. There is the additional interest fee of 1.5% that will be added on to any unpaid taxes. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, except for any closed for any holidays. And I will continue to collect taxes through May 30th of this year. May 7th, next Tuesday, is the 100th Connect Life Blood Drive here in the town of Boston. So if you are interested in donating, certainly sign up to donate or, consider doing that. There is going to be a bit of a celebration, I think, on that day. And the Erie County is offering 2 opportunities for free rabies clinic, and that is for dogs and ferrets and indoor and outdoor cats. The location for that is the Town of Tonawanda Highway Garage on Saturday, May 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and at the Buffalo Public School 84. That is Saturday, May 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You do sign up through erie.gov. Flyers out in the hallway. And you're interested in this, please see me after. Provide one of these flyers to you. Let's see what else I have here. Memorial Day, there will be a service on Monday, May 27th. I'm working for that right now. Anticipated that we have done in the past, parade at 1 o'clock with the program immediately following at 1:15 under the Lion Shelter in the town park here. The Boston Town Band will be playing for us that day. Let me see. Yes, Sharon. She was a wonderful lady. She was worked in the Erie County Nutrition Program. I've known her for many years. Certainly a very, very sweet lady. And, just one of the things that was outstanding about Sharon, she would ask, me to do anything in the and whatever might be going on. She was very sincere in her actions. And even if it was just the smallest thing, you do the smallest thing for her, and she was very, very appreciative. any little love notes, I like to call them, from her, little words and things like that. So I will forever treasure that. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Just have a few things tonight, not too much to report. I am actually very proud of our dog control officer. I wanted to bring this up, but she was asked to present out towards Syracuse, between Rochester and Syracuse, but she's going to be doing a presentation all across the state. If you don't happen to know Linda Rudney, she's a fantastic, well-versed in the world of all things canine, something I'm kind of, I'm involved in that world, but she is she continues to grow and get her name out there, and you've probably heard from fellow board members reports. When we get her reports, we've never had reports like she's produced for us. They're on point. Just she's a great person, and I'm really happy to even share this information with the community, because she's being recognized for all her hard work. Above and beyond up here, but she's being recognized at the level of New York State. So kudos. Very, very proud of her, very happy. So I wanted to bring that up tonight. I do want to say one of the things that Councilman Cartagena and I discussed a little bit last night with the fire chief. Not aware, there's a lot of other information that I'm going to try to get out after I have a meeting on Friday. But OSHA right now is looking at changing. There's a public comment period that's open at the moment for citizens all across New York State. But OSHA/PASH is what governs local governments. They are looking at changing requirements for first responders, fire companies, emergency squads, etc. If you were not aware, ambulances are not an essential service in New York State. I can't believe I even am saying that, but there has been legislation that's pitched multiple times at the level of New York State. But we are lucky to have our first responders with the Boston Emergency Squad. They're not deemed as essential like a fire company is. But these requirements are potentially going to have, if implemented, again, keyword if, they have a detrimental effect, not only on a cost factor to all of us as citizens, because like anything else, when legislation criteria comes in, requirements for our very own first responders going out in the middle of the night, middle of the day, whatever happens to be, to help out when 911 is dialed. So the Association of Towns and New York Conference of Mayors, there's a meeting this Friday. We're going to be, it's a video conference. We're going to be meeting with elected officials all across New York State, and we're going to be discussing this with them to try to basically kind of rally the troops, if you will, to try to get support for this, to get that comment period not only extended for additional comments, but also to try to show united support for our first responders, because again, it's going to be an interesting conversation down the road if it ends up going through. So we'll see what happens there. Be happy to report back on that at the next meeting. But we did, Councilman Cartagena and I did, we did have that conversation, and unanimously at that meeting, they all said that it would definitely affect us. So fingers crossed. I'll keep everyone updated there. The town clerk touched base on the Connect Life 100th blood drive. I know she doesn't like to have her name mentioned, and for some of you that were here for the one meeting where I called out her name, Barbara Moore, she'll yell at me again for this. Barbara Moore is the driving force behind it. If you don't happen to know Barbara Moore, she's also another wonderful person in our community, does an immense amount of work behind the scenes. She's the driving factor for that number of 100 blood drives here in the town of Boston. She's worked so hard and so diligently on this. She's received awards from Connect Life. She's been honored by Connect Life, and her process is essentially a model for Connect Life. Little town of Boston, Western New York is on the books for Connect Life being this is how we get blood drives done. This is enrollment. And again, Barb's going to yell at me, but I'll keep saying her name. Barbara Moore is that person. So I don't know if she's watching at home, but kudos to her, because she's the one doing all that work. It's a great honor. And Sandy is right. There's going to be maybe some cake. I don't know if we'll be able to get Barb here. She does not like to take credit for any of this, hence why I keep bringing up her name. But kudos to Barb Moore. She's going to totally me.
You're gonna pay.
Yes, I'm going to definitely pay. Yes, if I wind up disappearing, these are my last words. There it is. Just wanted to share that I shared with the board downstairs at our work session. So through the Climate Smart community thing program that's out there, the town continues to do, our Conservation Advisory Council does a lot of work on that initiative. LED lights and all. I don't know if for those of you who've seen our budget presentation, we slashed our utility bills in half. So those numbers that were talked about, hey, when you upgrade to LED light, you can save 50%. the data supports all that. So that's savings to the taxpayers. So those and other initiatives to try to reduce our costs. Again, kudos to the CAC for the driving force. We just received the formal notification that we received a $10,000 grant by CERTA for to continue those efforts and that drive. Don't know what they're going to do next, but there are some other low-hanging fruit things. We're just a few hundred points away from a $50,000 initiative grant out there. So that's $60,000 in roughly less than 4.5, 5 months time. I see you shaking your head. It's huge for us. So again, for our little town, that's a big number for, especially when we look at the cost of everything going up. So want to certainly thank the Conservation Advisory Council, Mitch Tucker and team for doing all of that. Rain barrels. This is so that if there are residents that ordered rain barrels through Erie County, that was an initiative that was put out by them. Rain barrels were, and I'm bringing up the meeting because there's a little bit of a debacle that happened over the past 36 hours now, roughly. So Erie County delivered all of the rain barrels over to the Hamburg Highway Barn. For residents in Boston that ordered a rain barrel, if you received your barrels, thanks to the Parks Department, because they were the ones that delivered them. But a decision was made at the 11th hour. Everything was going to be broken up by zip code. Not my decision. This was the Erie County thing. I'm staying off my soapbox there. So if you live in Orchard Park, if you have a 14127 Orchard Park, if you have a one golden zip code, et cetera, you may need to go to those respective highway barns. Again, not the town's decision, but I just wanted to get that out there. We haven't gotten phone calls yet, so I'm trying to be preemptive and proactive here and getting the word out. But that was a decision that was made. Again, thanks to the Parks Department for delivering those. That was very nice for But yeah, the original plan was that we would be receiving all of them for the town of Boston, and we would be. Again, things changed, so just wanted to get that word out there. If there are any questions on how to put them together, they're on the town social media page, the Boston government page, there is a link to the vendor's YouTube video on how to assemble them. They're pretty self-explanatory for the most part, but if you have any questions about how the kits go together, that was that. The ErieNet polls that were going in that was discussed at the last meeting, those are pretty much done at this point. So I'll keep everybody updated there. And I'm still kind of heartbroken. Everything that everybody said about Sharon, she's a great person. We got the phone call this morning from her daughter. It's heartbreaking. She served our community for so many years. She's a huge team player down in the Erie County Congregate Dining Program. And like Sandy said, I have, she was a Hallmark holiday or a holiday to be celebrated. God bless her. There was a card, there were cookies. There was like a little, toothpick with some kind of decoration on it. It's like me going to my grandmother's house back in the day. Her heart was as big as our town. She's an awesome person. Going to miss her for sure. I can miss her voice already. Getting emotional here, but chatting with her daughter this morning. Just keep Jennifer and the family in your thoughts. If you know them, Jennifer's got a now and have calling hours or other information. We'll be sure that there's plenty for town employees to go, to the calling hours and potentially do something for the family. So with that being said, I'd just like to take a moment, have a moment of silence for Sharon in her honor. All right. Thank you, everyone. With that, that's all I have for my reports. So I'll make a motion to end the meeting at 8:12 p.m. Wednesday, May 1st.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
I might have